averaging 12 points a game in his junior campaign as he goes right to work here on the other end. Up with the right hand short. Rebound cleared away by Stakowski and the Little Giants.
Hey, give Hallstrom credit that time. He bodied Vandermerk that time. Straight up, no foul, good defense.
8-6 Wabash, just over 15 minutes to go in the opening half. Nate Ryan alongside Don Miranda. Shot by shot, play by play here from Neil Fieldhouse. And a turnover here on Wabash as Logan White was looking to get penetration. Bounced it off his foot, out of bounds. Tiger basketball.
I tell you, Nate, it's very tangible, the energy in this building right now. And both teams playing with a sense of urgency even early. You can tell. Maybe jitters, I'm not sure. Adrenaline is pumping, though, that you can tell.
Yeah, well, part of the atmosphere, just 35 miles, Greencastle to Crawfordsville. You know those Wabash bushes are going to come anytime the Little Giants step foot in Neil Fieldhouse. As Latner was bumped, and a foul call going to go against Wabash. This one's on Ben Stakowski. It's his second foul. So the second foul on Stakowski is going to go put him on the bench. And a big loss early for Wabash is Stakowski, who's coming off the bench primarily here for Bromit's Little Giants, starting today, had 19 points and 8 rebounds in last year's 114-110 thriller, but having to sit with early foul trouble, costly. Here's Latner around a screen, a deep two, back iron and out, rebound loose, and a foul is going to go against the Little Giants as Vandermerk was looking for positioning, and DePaul will inbound underneath their own goal. But a good look there for Latner for his first opportunity.
Yeah, absolutely. Love the dribble pull-up from Latner that time. Going back to Stakowski, a three-point specialist off the bench usually, Nate. Big loss for them. Joey Lenke checking in for Wabash. We'll see how they handle the loss there.
So Roy and Lenke in for Wabash. Patton and Stakowski will sit. And now, after some deliberation here,
looks like originally a call was on Wabash, and they switch it now. I believe Vandermerk will be tagged with the foul, Nate.
Yeah, so they switched the foul call. Foul does not go against Stakowski, so he still has one foul remaining. So the call originally went against Stakowski going for that loose ball, but after the officials conferred, they switched the call and put it on Vandermerk. So now Vandermerk will sit with his second foul, and Forrest Nettles has to check in. Interesting little switcheroo there from the officials.
You know, I can empathize, with Bill Fenlon this time with his anger at the officials. Not sure where the switch was there, but that's going to be a big, not in scoring, but in rebounding, Nate, with the loss of Vandermerk here early.
Yeah, these two teams in the first matchup this season pretty much even on the rebounding battle. DePaul had the 36-35 edge, but with two teams that like to get out in transition, a lot of loose balls going to be expected here in the night's forecast. Nettles in the front court for DePaul. Gets it to Latner on the left ring. Around a Coos screen. Finds Coos back on the back door. Up with the right hand. Fouled on his way up, and he'll get a chance for 2 free throws. But you can see already Luke Latner drawing the double team from Wabash. Such a lethal scorer that he is. Wabash can't afford to leave him open. Andrew Coos, the benefactor, he'll get 2 foul shots.
Yeah, I can definitely see why Latner's had an issue with touches this early. Smothering defense on him, off the ball, on the ball, wherever he gets it, as Coos knocks down the first free throw. But how about Andrew Coos being aggressive with the left hand, showing no hesitation on that drive, getting himself an easy trip to the line for 2. Love what I'm seeing out of Coos so far.
Gotta love it. Didn't have a whole lot of minutes in his freshman campaign, did Coos, but here in his sophomore season, started the season as maybe the second, third guy off the bench for Bill Fenlon, but now with his performance in these last few games, has played his way into the starting lineup as he makes both free throws, an early 5 here for Coos.
That's great to see, Nate. It's great to see guys working hard and getting paid off for it.
DePaul and Wabash all knotted up at 8 here with 14 minutes to go in the opening half. On the low block, Hallstrom had it blocked by Coos, and Latner gets the rebound. Here he goes quickly the other way. Into the front court. It's going to pull it from the top of the key. Short, and the rebound loose, hauled in by John. Gives it right back to Latner, and he's got it on this time. And Luke Latner on the board with his first field goal. 11-8 Tigers, no hesitation. Hey. Latner's got the green light.
You can tell Latner was getting a little antsy as he put back-to-back threes up. Had to nail one of them, and nothing but nylon was that second one, man.
11-8 Tigers. Back into Hallstrom goes Wabash, and another block by Coos. Hallstrom saves it, kicks it back out, and this time taken away by Nate John and barrels his way into the Tiger bench, into the basketball rack. But love the physical play if you're a Tiger fan on the defensive end.
This is fantastic right now, Nate. The Tigers are getting after it on both sides of the ball. Andrew Coos is a brick wall down there, straight up blocking 2 shots away. And then how about Nate John on senior night diving into the ball rack, man? It doesn't get much better than this.
I'll tell you what, I've said this before. Andrew Coos looks like he's about ready to go to Woodstock than he does about to take the court. But nonetheless, 5 points, 2 blocks here early for Coos. Other end, here's Joey Lenke. Almost turned it over as Duncan Roy couldn't handle it. Got a hoist late in the shot clock and knocks it down from the corner. Duncan Roy, who was 3 for 3 from downtown in that first matchup, with a big-time shot late in the shot clock.
Nate, the Tigers were all over him that time, hand in his face.
Here's Vogel. Open look from the right elbow. That's going to go wide open, David Vogel. And for a shooter of his capability, that's pretty much a layup.
Oh, Vogel, you can't leave him open beyond the arc, let alone a mid-range jumper with no contest. That's money every time.
Garland the other way for Wabash. Around a screen at the top of the key. Finds Roy in the left wing. Back out top to Garland. 12:50 to go in the opening half. Garland driving left into the paint. Looking for an option. Kick out Lenke. Hand up Latner, playing good defense.
Great
7 on the shot clock. Around a screen, top of the key. Again, here's Logan White. 2 on the shot clock. And no good as Coos gets the rebound off the errant miss by White. Quickly the other way comes Latner. Excellent defensive possession again by the Tigers.
Incredible defense by DePaul that time. 2 possessions in a row, getting them to below 3 seconds on the shot clock. Great sustained team defense.
Latner the other way, tried to draw contact on his way up on the right baseline. Couldn't get it to go. And a loose ball foul off the Latner miss is going to go against the Tigers, and they'll have to reset.
Hey, Nate here. Now, that was on Forrest Nettles, and he's got to be careful, Nate, because Vandermerk already with 2. Not even halfway through this first half of play, Nate, and if Forrest Nettles gets his second, we're going to be digging deep into the bench to find some big men who won't foul in there.
Nettles has been more of a role player here, the junior out of Eureka High School just outside St. Louis. Now getting early minutes with Vandermerk in foul trouble. And Ethan Jarrett now, the true freshman from Lawrence Central High School in Indianapolis, checks back in for Bill Fenlon. And Jarrett, who's been the key freshman off the bench for Bill Fenlon, a lot of aggressiveness on the offensive end we've seen. Missed the game on Saturday at Kenyon due to illness. Seems to be feeling all right, and here he is back in the ballgame.
Yeah, definitely excited to see what Jarrett has to offer. Went to Lawrence North High School, a highly competitive Indianapolis basketball high school team, and going to be excited to see Jarrett here, how he does in the
other end for the Tigers. Kick out Latner to John. Latner gets it back at the top of the key. Around to Chris Burrow screen. Draws the double. Burrow at the top of the key. 12 in the shot clock. Hands it off to Jarrett on the left wing. Looking for an option. Crosses up his defender. Euro step opportunity was knocked away by Logan White. Officials will talk it over. Wabash basketball on the Jarrett turnover.
Like the aggressiveness, he saw the shot clock was getting low. Maybe a little more under control for the freshman next time, but like to see him push the issue early.
13-11, DePaul by 2 here with 11 minutes, 41 seconds remaining in the opening half. Place has filled up nicely as Wabash and DePaul fight for a berth in the NCAC Conference Tournament. Top of the key, Hallstrom. Guarded tightly by Burrow. Finds Garland on the right wing. Logan White on the low block. The conference's second leading rebounder up with the left wing and it up with the left arm, and it rattles home. Logan White out to a nice start.
Man, he really knows his way around the basket area in there inside 10 feet. He's a masterful footworker.
White only a sophomore, but plays a bulk of minutes here for Wabash. Other end, Ethan Jarrett quickly to the basket and up with the right hand off the glass for 2. And you talk about Jarrett, turns it over on one possession, comes back the next way down. Confidence doesn't deter. Up with the right hand off the glass for 2.
Absolutely. You know, that's a big boy move. He did not look like a freshman that time, Nate. He went strong into the hoop, was way more physical than the defender that time.
Future bright for Ethan Jarrett. But tonight is Luke Latner and Nate John's night. Senior night at Neal Fieldhouse. Top of the key. Logan White on the right wing, guarded tightly by Nettles. Kick out Hallstrom, around the screen at the high post. 2 in the shot clock, gonna have to fire. Clanks it off the back iron, and Prisborough hauls in the rebound for the Tigers.
DePaul playing excellent team defense right now, Nate. If this keeps up, it's going to be a victorious night for them. They're excellent defense.
Burrow at the high post, hands it off to Jarrett. Now Latner in the left corner, around a screen, kick out Jarrett, and he's gonna get a look from 3. On the way, and it's good. Luke Latner, senior to freshman. How about it as Jarrett knocks it down from deep?
And Jarrett getting enthusiastic as this crowd's pumping him up. The Tigers are playing enthusiastically with a lot of adrenaline right now. Let's see if it keeps up.
Largest lead of the game for the Tigers, 18-13. Hallstrom on the low block. Kick out high post, White. Kick back out in the corner, Roy, a look from 3, and he's 2 for 2 from beyond the arc as Duncan Roy knocks one down from downtown.
You can't leave this kid open.
And a timeout DePaul.
Can't leave him open, Nate. Even with a hand in his face, he's money, and if he's going to be open, it's going to be every time.
18-16, DePaul with a 2-point lead, 9:45 to go in the opening half. We'll take a quick break from Neil. We'll be right back. DePaul basketball on 91.5 WGRE.